Sunday drive. I think this is the first, maybe the second live stream video ever on the RobMotiveJT channel. So I'm out cruising around, got some gas, had to run inside, get me a sweet tea. I just thought I'd come on with you guys. Time to get rid of this thing though. Cannot wait till those are gone. Not sure exactly when they're gonna be gone, hopefully soon. Let's see if this radio kicks on. I'm gonna have to mute it out. Let's just go ahead and hit mute right there. We go. We've got it muted now. So safety first. Got to put the seatbelt on. Let's head on down the road. Anyway, it is the first. I know it's the first RobMotiveJT live drive, at least on the RobMotiveJT channel. Of course, JT meaning, oh, you need to do something about that drive back there. JT meaning Jeep truck, of course, for anybody who hadn't figured that one out. Good day, Rob. How you doing? Gonna try to catch the comments as I go, but of course I am driving, so, you know, I may miss some, so I'll apologize about that right off the bat. Man, this mask has got stuff, I don't know. Anyway, it's a gorgeous day here. It is sunny outside. It is 73 degrees here in South Texas. I know there's a few of you out there, probably many out there, who are in areas that aren't quite so nice. I can relate. Used to live in central Ohio, I guess, and also spent some time in Michigan. It would be southern Michigan, but I know what winter is, so don't think just because you see some, well, right now I guess you see brown fields, but you're probably going to see some palm trees here or there. But I have spent some time in areas that have winter climate, snow, ice, freezing temperatures, all that kind of stuff. So how are you guys today? Had a little video out today. Actually, I have a video out today. It is about a simple, very simple mod that I did on the wife's Jeep JL. And that, of course, was that badge on the side. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. Let me know what you think. I'll give you an update now. We're driving around. I like to continually update on the health of my Jeep Gladiator. And what better time to do it than when I'm actually out cruising on the mean streets of the country, I guess. I don't know. About the worst thing you have to worry about here is maybe an armadillo or maybe a tarantula running across the road. I've actually seen 2 tarantulas since I lived here going across the road, you know. Let's see. Excuse me. Lil Klondike says, howdy, Rob. How you doing? Welcome to, I think it's actually the second RobMotiveJT live stream. I think I did one before. Well, I know I did. I did it in conjunction with a RobMotive live on the other channel. 41 in Missouri. Hello, Rob. Recovering something. Sorry, the comments disappear after about 3 or 4 seconds, something like that, when they're up. So I'll catch as much as I can while I'm driving. I know we have a police officer up here on the road. I see him sitting up there right now. He's on the side looking for speeders. Hopefully he doesn't pull me over for tent. I hope. That'd be a drag, but I guess if he does, you guys will be on here and you'll get to see it as well. He's actually hanging out pretty far in the road now. He was sitting just off over here to the right behind a sign, but it looks now like he's kind of moved a little bit. I'm gonna quit moving my lips as we go by in case we have any distracted driving measures here in place. He has not pulled out to come after me, so that's a good thing, at least not yet. You know, I often wonder, you know, it's got to be pretty boring sitting on the side of the road for the police officers, right? I mean, they're sitting there, they're just waiting for somebody to go by and do something that they can actually spring into action. But I'm curious, if somebody is speeding and there's a cop sitting off the side of the road running his little radar gadget, you know, and he sees that you're speeding, does he wait just a couple of minutes? Yeah, maybe a minute, maybe 30 seconds, something like that, after you go by to take off after you? And the reason I say that is because of the thrill of the chase, right? I mean, if he just puts his lights on as soon as you go by and you see him, most people I would think are going to pull over pretty quickly. But if he waits a few seconds, maybe 15, 20 seconds, then he can really get on it, right? He can flip those lights and that siren on, whip out onto the road, nail the pedal to the floor, and take off after you at as fast as his cruiser will go, right? It's got to be a thrill for those guys to do that, I would think. Wouldn't you think? I don't know. I don't know if they do that. If there are any law enforcement officers watching by any chance, either now or in the rebroadcast, and you do that, I'd be curious to know, because I think if I was a law enforcement officer, I think I'd probably do that. I think I would wait just a few seconds. Woohoo! RobMotive live Sunday. I hope it's on RobMotiveJT. That was the plan. I don't know if I'm on the RobMotive channel now. Am I on the RobMotiveJT channel? I think I am. It's kind of wacky with YouTube, you know. I think that's what I'm on, but I could very well be on my other channel. Let me know what you guys had seen. Oh, there's a Jeep to wave at. He did wave back. Okay, I'm on the RobMotiveJT. Okay. You know, it's funny because if I have two windows open on my Mac, one is the RobMotive and one is the RobMotiveJT. The one that I open first, because, hey, Rob, how you doing? The one that I open first will actually supersede the one that I opened second. So if I think I'm in, and I've run into this, my bad, I forgot to put JT. No, it's okay, I wasn't sure. But like I was saying, I've uploaded videos before, at least got them in the upload process, and then I realized that I'm on the wrong channel. And that's a drag, because after you go through and set the whole thing up, it's kind of a pain to have to redo it all again. And I hate repetitive things, you know? I like to do things one time and that's it. I don't like to redo stuff, you know? It's bad enough having to reshoot videos or things when you're doing videos, but to have to re-edit a video, oh, that sucks. So anyway, let's have a little health report on my Jeep Gladiator. You know, I've had gremlins, just 2 gremlins, 3 gremlins. One went away, one healed itself, and one left, maybe. The one that went away was, of course, the black screen radio. That went away, and I've switched the radio out too, by the way, and I love this new radio, man. This bigger 8.4-inch radio, highly recommend it if you can justify spending the money, because it isn't cheap, I know, but I love it. It's just awesome. I'd have a bigger one in here if I could, you know. So I had the black radio screen on the stock radio. That was the radio. I think that was just a software issue in the truck, a one-time glitch. It seems to be common. I had it in my Ram Rebel, and I also had it in my wife's Jeep Wrangler JL. So I think it's just a Mopar thing, you know. But anyway, that's gone. Well, I may be back on. I'm not exactly sure. Sorry about that. I think I went into a more populated area and I might have switched cell towers. I don't know. But anyway, I'm back on. So we had the check engine light, Texas-sized lag. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm back now. I think it's because I switched cell towers. It may happen again in a few minutes. I don't know. If I don't come back on, you know it's because it just didn't reconnect. But anyway, the check engine light went away when I had the software update done, right? I had that done. Check engine light was gone. But one time after that, this lovely rotten auto stop malfunction light kicked on one time after that. And I am happy to say that now, oops, speaking of auto stop, it just kicked in because I forgot to turn it off. And you know, people say that all the time. Well, why don't you just push the button? It's not that hard. You just can't push the button. Well, sure I can. When I remember to do it, like right now, I was at the gas station, got gas, so I had to turn the Jeep off, obviously. And I forgot to put it on, so it just activated again. My grandpa has had every other truck except the Gladiator. Should the Gladiator buy an option for his next? Absolutely. Good afternoon, chat. Yeah, he should buy the Gladiator. It's an awesome truck. I recommend it. So, back to my never-ending story. The auto stop feature did air out or come on one time after I had the software upgrade done. Since then, I'm happy to report it has not happened again. I don't know why. I don't know if, you know, maybe messing with that sensor. And when I say messing with, I simply mean disconnecting it from the battery, checking the connections, which were all fine. I didn't do anything. And then putting it back on maybe solved the problem. Maybe it just needed a little jolt as far as reconnecting it to the battery. I'm not sure. Or when I put the new radio in, I did disconnect the battery. So possibly that second disconnection and re-jolt took care of the problem. I'm not sure. Or thirdly, and this is what I think it's more likely to be, that wonderful auxiliary battery that we have got enough of a charge and finally is functioning the way that it's supposed to and keeping it on, because I have not had that auto stop problem, like I said, in quite a while now. And I gotta say, for the first time, I think for the first time since I've had this Jeep Gladiator, I actually feel like it's the way that it should be, right? Like everything is functioning the way that it should be. No problems, no issues, the way that it should have come from the dealership, right? I mean, never should you buy a vehicle and then a week later, whatever it is, you start having malfunctions. I mean, and that's pretty much what it was for me in this Jeep Gladiator. So very happy with it. It's very odd. It feels like a new vehicle to me now all over again, because I'm starting to regain a little bit of that confidence in the truck itself. In other words, excuse me, that I can hop in it and not have to worry about any issues or problems that might arise. And that is pretty darn cool. It's the ownership experience that I should have had from day one. You know, that auto stop system robbed me of my new truck ownership experience. Now I got a car pulling out in front of me. You see, this is what people do. I'm in the turn lane. This jackrabbit pulls out in front of me thinking that I'm going to stay in the straight lane, and then he can just probably go behind me and get in the lane. But that wasn't the case, you see, because I'm trying to go into the lane that he's now blocking because I'm going to turn. As a matter of fact, there he goes. He cut all the way across, what, 1, 2, 3 lanes of traffic when there was nobody behind me. He could have waited. Have a little drink of the sweet tea just to calm myself. Nothing like a sweet tea on a Sunday morning, I gotta say. So anyway, that's my story. I finally feel like I have a new Jeep Gladiator again. And I gotta say, you know, people ask me too, you know, would you buy it again? Are you disappointed? Are you gonna trade it in for X or whatever, because maybe the next one, assuming it was the same Jeep Gladiator, wouldn't have that problem? And the answer is no, and yes. I am happy with it. I would not trade it again. I think it is the funnest mid-sized truck out there to drive, with its power and its what do you want to say, comfort, the way it handles. It is the funnest mid-sized truck I'd say that I ever have, and I have had. And I would say that it probably is more like an SUV with a bed on it, as far as the feeling of it goes, than really a mid-sized truck, which is pretty darn cool. I think Jeep hit a home run on this one. The only issue is going to be, is it going to be reliable, and is it quality in the long term? That's the only real issue. So we'll see what happens. Pretty cool as far as I'm concerned. And the other thing I really like that I don't think I talk too much about with the Jeep Gladiator is the wheel and tire setup that you can go with. You know, I put bigger tires on, a more aggressive, it's a Falcon Wild Peak, I'm sure everybody knows that, but a bigger, more aggressive and heavier tire setup. And as a matter of fact, I went with a different wheel as well, still a 17-inch wheel, but you don't even notice it. You know, it's not like in the Tacoma where I changed the setup and, man, it is very, very obvious. I mean, you couldn't jump in the Tacoma as compared to a new one and not know the difference. You certainly can tell the difference there, but you cannot in the Jeep Gladiator. So again, kudos to Fiat Chrysler for setting this thing up in such a manner that the enthusiasts like me are able to make changes like that. Because let's face it, who goes out, I know this is probably not as big of an audience as I think it is, but who goes out and buys a mid-size truck? I don't care what it is. It could even be a Ford. It isn't going to do some kind of modding to it. Now, I'm not saying everybody runs out and puts bigger wheels and tires on. Certainly not. I mean, when you're out driving around, you can see most trucks that you run into, probably everyone that you're going to run into in a single trip is probably not modified in that manner. But people have probably modified it in some other way, even if it's just little aesthetic, cosmetic things, or simple bolt-ons or things that you stick in the glove box, for example. So I just think they did a great job with it. Love the setup, and wouldn't hesitate to buy one again. I mentioned in a video recently that if they put the 392 in this truck, Ohio, Florida yesterday. Ohio, Florida. What? You were in Ohio and then you were in Florida? I'm not sure what you mean. Just kind of caught the comment at a glance there. So yeah, very happy with it. Wouldn't get rid of it. Highly recommend it to anybody that's looking. I will admit, as comparing it to the Tacoma, you do take a little bit more of a chance that you might be getting a truck that could possibly have issues. Hopefully not. Again, mine never left me stranded. Tim Jones says, football, Florida lost, Ohio won. Yes, yes. Although Ohio didn't look very good in the beginning, man. They looked pretty bad. But that running back, that was an undiscovered gem that showed up in that game, man. He broke the long-standing, it's not that long, but the existing record, I guess, from old Eddie to take over the most yards rushed in a game, and that was awesome. So on to the next challenge, I guess. I think we're going to be in the playoffs, but I've heard there's some controversy there because of the number of games that we've played, but who knows. So anyway, I just wanted to get on here. I'm out cruising around. Thought I'd do my first or second, I guess, live stream on the RobMotiveJT channel. So I'm going to try to do more of these in the future. Haven't really decided exactly how I'm going to set this up, and I need an opinion from you guys. I'm kicking around the idea. YouTube has this new members only feature, right? Where you can, there is a charge for it, but it's a members only feature, and I could set up live streams, members only, do them like once a week. And the reason I'm looking at doing it as members only is to keep all the trolls, the riff-raffy folks out of there. You know, you get a lot of that on the live streams, particularly on live streams, it seems, with less viewers on the channel. The smaller the channel, it seems to me, the more the trolls like to get out there and join you and cause trouble. So I was thinking about doing that. I would have a live stream once a week on this channel, the RobMotiveJT channel. It would be a members only kind of thing, so of course there'd be a fee. What do you think of that? Something anybody be interested in, or nah, not really interested in paying to hear you talk? The other thing I was looking at doing, and probably more so on the Rob Motive channel, is a members only feature there, where I would post up videos in their raw form. In other words, just exactly the way that they come off the camera. There wouldn't be any intro, there wouldn't be any exit, there wouldn't be any music, there wouldn't be any commercials. It would just be a straight through video shot exactly the way that it comes off of my camera. I'd be curious what you guys think of that. That would be, again, a members. That probably would cost a little bit more than the live stream members only feature, only because it would be a video every day, and it would be without commercials, and the exact same video is what I would edit to put up on the normal channel for everybody else. Anyway, let me know. I'm just kicking some things around. I'd be curious if there's any value in that for anybody, if anybody'd be interested. Leave a comment, let me know. I haven't been able to read the comments here, so I will go back and check to see what you guys think about it, or for anybody that's watching this after the live stream has ended. So let me know. I'm real curious to hear what you guys have to say. Anyway, I'm going to cut it off here. Appreciate you guys that joined me being on here. Pretty cool. Recently just discovered that I can turn off Bluetooth, turn off Wi-Fi, and go drive around and live stream just over the air. So pretty awesome. I'll probably do it some more, and I may do it under that members only live stream feature as well, if indeed I decide to go that way. Haven't really decided. Anyway, have a great rest of your Sunday. I hope you guys have a great week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the web. Bye.